Hello, and thanks for everyone for joining us today. I'm Jay Flynn, Homes for Heroes Hero Outreach Coordinator. I'm joined today by some very special guests, Sarah Lohr, Vincent Morales, and Shauna Klein Wolterink. So, Sarah, let's start with you. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Absolutely. Thank you for having us today. And I just want to thank you all for everything that you've done at Homes for Heroes. We've actually been the recipient of some grant funding through you all and some of our other locations. So this is just a real honor, and we are so grateful for everything that you guys have done. Again, my name is Sarah Lohr, and I am the Vice President of National Development at Veterans Community Project. I've been with the organization from pretty much from the beginning. Started out as kind of our one and only fundraiser, and we've grown a lot since then. And I've transitioned over to our national expansion team, and have been in this role for about a year and a half now. So just
Awesome.
happy to be here. Yeah,
That's great. Vincent, how about you? What do we need to know?
Oh, there's a lot to know. There's not enough time. I'll give you the 10,000 foot view. First off, thank you, Jay. Thank you, Sean. Thank you, Homes for Heroes, for the opportunity to continue our programming. So just a little bit about myself. I am an Army veteran, 13 years. I was a 12 Bravo combat engineer. I got out after some time, was going to get medically retired, just kind of called it a day. Since then, I started working with veterans in different capacities, primarily in the homeless field. And I am one of the co-founders of the organization. And kind of the way this all came about was just veterans taking care of veterans. And we said if we could do it, the best way to serve our brothers and sisters, what would that look like? So we changed up a lot of different things. And now going into our 5th year of operation, we are expanding nationally. My wheelhouse traditionally has been working with our street homeless veterans in a case management role, then a village program director role. And now, as Sarah said, I work directly on the national expansion team. So we work hand in hand to help, veterans who are struggling with housing instability across the nation.
That's great. That's great. All right, Shauna, it's your turn now. Tell us a
Awesome.
little bit
Well,
about
thank you.
yourself.
Yes. Thank you so much for putting this together and having me on here today. My name is Shauna Klein Wolterink. I'm with Plains Commerce Bank here in Sioux Falls. I have been part of the Homes for Heroes program since, I believe, 2014. So my history with veterans, I've been doing lots of loans for veterans. I have friends that are veterans. I have a stepdad that was in the Vietnam War. He talks about it often, and just what they have done for this country and what they do for us every single day just really kind of captured my heart. And then for being part of the Homes for Heroes program, I think I'm on savings of like $399,000 in the last years that I've been part of the Hero. So just giving back has just been huge.
Awesome.
So I learned about the Veterans Community Project when Janine Luff-Huben approached me. I think she's on your guys' committee as well. And just shared the program and the success that you guys had in the Kansas City market. And I just thought it was wonderful, just a great thing to bring to Sioux Falls. And then I went to your guys' event at the Icon and shared so much more information about it, and just really felt like this was just going to be so amazing. I wanted to back it. I wanted to be on a committee. So I went right back to the office and I said, we got to try to get some funds for these guys. So I thought, Homes for Heroes, let's ask Home for Heroes. Let's see if we can get a grant that way. So I'm very happy to be part of this. Plains Commerce Bank supports us here with this as well. We want to give back, and this is just kind of a start for us as well. But we're proud to be part of this Homes for Heroes and also the Veterans Community Project.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, as you know, Homes for Heroes Circle of Giving is all about giving back to our heroes in need. So the Homes for Heroes Foundation provides grants to nonprofits whose missions are to help heroes in dire need. I'm happy to share that the Veterans Community Project Sioux Falls is a Homes for Heroes Foundation January 2022 grant recipient. Sarah, Vincent, and Shauna, the Homes for Heroes Foundation is so honored to present you guys with this $10,000 check to support the Sioux Falls location with Veterans Community Projects. Congratulations on your grant. Awesome.
Yay.
That's incredible.
Thank you. That's amazing. That's very impactful. Appreciate that.
So according to the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs, on any given night, guys, there's 131,000 veterans who are homeless in the United States. So obviously, VCP is working to help solve this serious problem. Shawnee, you talked a little bit about, what led you to nominate the Veterans Community Project for the grant. Anything else you would like to add there?
Not really. I kind of got ahead of myself, in regards to going off, and I was just so excited about it. But, just learning more about the program and how successful it's been for you guys in Kansas City is just amazing that, in the Sioux Falls market, the mayor and just bringing it to Sioux Falls, finding the land. I also was at the race. You guys had a meeting at the race office, which was really educational that way. And I think there's going to be support there too. So just really excited to be part of this program in any way, funding wise, volunteering wise. It's just great what they're doing for these veterans that do so much for us.
Absolutely.
So.
Absolutely. So Vincent, as a co-founder of Veterans Community Project, tell us about what the mission is and how we're working to support the nation's veterans through the Veterans Community Project.
Well, the mission of Veterans Community Project it's kind of a simple mission, right? It's just to end veteran homelessness, but there's so much more that goes behind that. That is, some of our pillars of service to connect the community to the veteran and to connect the veteran to the community. So it's a twofold operation, as well as never turning a veteran away. We will figure out how to say yes before we give an answer of no. You quoted the number of 131,000 veterans being homeless in a given evening. One thing that VCP has acknowledged from our onset is that those are VA eligible veterans. For our definition of veteran, it is anybody that raised their right hand, anybody that took the oath of enlistment, and due to whatever circumstances, whether it was beyond their control or not, was discharged and does not have the ability to access the VA healthcare systems or benefit system. So for us, it truly is taking the individuals who wouldn't be considered the classical definition of veteran and finding out where they're at in their journey and helping them progress in that. If there is the availability to them to receive VA benefits and VA healthcare, we work towards that.
Right.
That is not an option. Great partners such as Homes for Heroes allows us to work with individuals traditionally that the VA would not be able to serve. So if it wasn't for support, Homes for Heroes and other partner agencies, we wouldn't be able to accomplish our mission.
So you guys are able to serve folks who may not being served any other way.
Correct. One example is a National Guard or a reservist soldier. An individual can do 20 years in the National Guard and never be federally activated. They would not actually be allotted benefits until a retirement age of 60 or 65. So in that gap, what happens if they fall on tough times? They're not going to be working with the VA. I can tell you that we have housed not active duty, but individuals who are on a reserve or National Guard status. We've actually worked with them. And truly, it's not just about housing those individuals. It's also about being proactive instead of reactive and resolving those issues before they get down that road, before that individual is contemplating suicide or having housing instability or having financial issues or, truly breaking the foundation of their family or their network of support. We give them the tools so they don't go down that road. That's really a big part of what we do. Of course, the tiny homes is amazing. It's an amazing project. It's life-changing.
Right.
But that's where we can really focus all of our energy as a collective team. But on the one-offs that what Veterans Community Project does within the community is a little bit larger in that aspect.
Gotcha. So Sarah, Vincent, with everything that's going on in our nation today with COVID-19 and everything else that we see going on in the nation, have you guys saw an increase in need because of the pandemic?
Yes, we have. So we actually adjusted fire, using some military terms here, for when the COVID pandemic hit. We have a program that is called emergency assistance, where an individual we service non-traditional services. So let's say, your transmission went out and you came to us. That transmission, it was $500 and no other agency will work with you. Well, we then would take care of that. Keeps you, proactive, keeps you in the workforce. With COVID hitting, we had to adjust. We actually went to an online inquiry and started taking veterans on that program via the online program. I can tell you we had about a 30% increase in that. And that was via COVID. That was obviously because of restrictions for workers and all the other fun things, but we have had an increase. Now I can tell you that I'm not for sure if we're normalizing anywhere within the COVID curve because that's beyond my pay grade. But we have definitely, since we've been able to move some things back online, kind of those numbers have kind of leveled out at about a 20% increase. So we're really proud of that, the work that we're doing, and the ability to service individuals in non-traditional ways.
Right. Yeah, that's really awesome. Trying to prevent that issue from becoming a homeless issue. I see that. So, Sarah, obviously the grant is important to the Veterans Community Project. So, give me a little bit more about how the Homes for Heroes grant is going to be used and what you guys are going to do with that.
Absolutely. Well, this is a really exciting time in Sioux Falls in terms of Veterans Community Project, specifically this year. Vincent mentioned a little bit about the tiny house communities that we build, which we are building a village in Sioux Falls that's scheduled to begin construction this year. We will have 25 tiny homes and a village center that will house all of the support services that we will provide the residents. We have had a lot of early success in terms of support in Sioux Falls. The community has just really rallied around bringing VCP to their community, and actually part of how we kind of got connected here was through our leadership team that we put together, of just community members that want to help bring this to life. And so we are in sort of that building construction phase, which, full transparency, that takes money. It takes money to build a village. And so we've been actively fundraising in the community, and this grant will go directly towards helping to bring VCP Village Sioux Falls to life. And that is constructing helping to construct the tiny homes. And then, of course, once we get the village built, we will begin providing services to veterans in the community. So the money it's one of those things where this is a very tangible thing. Like this grant will go towards something extremely tangible. You will actually see a village being built over the course of this year. And so I think that's really exciting. So yeah.
Awesome. Well, that is awesome. So it takes money. I heard that loud and clear. So Sarah, why don't you tell our audience, if they want to get involved in supporting the Veterans Community Project mission, where can they go to do that and learn more about what you guys are doing?
Absolutely. So the best place to learn more about us is going to our website, which is just www.veteranscommunityproject.org. We have a tab that is specifically for Sioux Falls. So you can get information about Veterans Community Project as a whole, as an organization, and then specifically about our Sioux Falls location. Additionally, if you are on social media, please follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Facebook specifically, we push out a lot of content, a lot of great stories about what's happening in our communities with the veterans that we serve, and also we do a lot of updating in our expansion, for our expansion cities. So on our website, that's where you can, if you're inclined to give, you can donate there, and then there's going to be a lot of exciting stuff happening in the Sioux Falls area in terms of volunteering. So just keep an eye out for more information to come, because we'd love to get you all involved in actually building this village. So
that's great. That's awesome. And I know, we're looking at other places, right? We were talking offline a little bit about that you were in my home state, kind of looking at some areas. So that's just such a wonderful mission. So it's amazing. And everything that Veterans Community Project is doing is so inspiring, and I'm sure is making such a huge impact on the homeless veteran issue. And we really do appreciate that. And I'm sure that the veterans that you're helping are so thankful for the assistance that they're getting as well. So Sarah, Vincent, Shauna, thank you for joining us today. Thank you for everything that you're doing to help and support our veterans. And to our audience, we thank you for tuning in. An easy way to show your support for this video is to give us a like or leave us a comment, and make sure you tune in to future episodes to learn more about the nonprofits that we're partnering with to help our heroes in dire need. Thanks everyone for joining us today, and we'll see you next time.
Grants from the Homes for Heroes Foundation are made possible by the Homes for Heroes Circle of Giving and its network of real estate professionals who are committed to providing savings to hero groups such as firefighters, EMS, law enforcement, military, active and veterans, healthcare professionals, and teachers. Thank you for watching another Homes for Heroes Foundation grant video about the impact we are making in the hero community with our nonprofit partners. Don't forget to subscribe to the Homes for Heroes YouTube channel, and to learn more about the savings available to heroes through Homes for Heroes, or to learn more about how the Homes for Heroes Foundation is helping heroes in dire need, visit homesforheroes.com.